Joining us on the phone, the City Councillor for Charleswood, Tuxedo, and Westwood, Kevin Klein. Kevin, it's been a while. How are you?
I'm very well, double vaccinated. How are you?
Me too. Yes, pretty exciting, eh?
Yeah. It's excellent, yeah. It feels great.
You know, let's start with that. Because I really have said over the past couple of days that I really feel that Manitobans we're seeing some of the best numbers in the country when it comes to vaccinations. And I feel like Winnipeggers and Manitobans really want this. They really want to get back to something close to normal, maybe even the old normal, except for international travel, according to Dr. Jenny out of the University of Calgary. I asked him the other day what our normal will look like now, and he figures it's going to look a lot like the old normal, except maybe with some differences with international travel. But it really is exciting to see Manitobans wanting to get those 2 shots and get back to normal.
You know, Hal, that's an excellent statement, because I have sat back and watched the change from all the negativity of how many cases, and it's rising, and the percentages, and all of that stuff that came out putting pressure on people and fear into people. But now we're talking about the wins. You know, we're having a win. This is something we're all shooting for. You're a part of this. You know, help us out here. We can get here, which, you know, really is great messaging. And kudos to the individuals that are now holding those press conferences on a regular basis and how they're approaching them, and with the Vaxathon that's coming up. We're making it an event to be proud to be a part of.
Yeah, I had some doubts, some of the vaccination numbers early on, and we certainly got off to a low start. But boy, I'm telling you, that vaccine task force, they're blowing me away, and right down to the nurses that are, putting the needles in arms, and the people that are escorting people around those super sites. Just a fantastic job, and I'm excited about the rest of summer and going forward. So we heard today, back to business at 510 Main Street there for a second. We heard today that the recruitment committee, after over 2 years of looking, has unanimously said that the new CAO for the City of Winnipeg should be Deputy CAO Michael Jack. What does Kevin Klein think of that?
Well, let me just say this first of all. What I'm going to say is not about Michael Jack. I've admittedly had few interactions with Mr. Jack because I'm not a part of the mayor's inner circle of city councillors. And the interactions that I have had have been brief, polite, professional. Did they result in what I was hoping for exactly? No, and I'm fine with that. But that's also how City Hall works. So it's not about Michael Jack. But when I heard the announcement, we got an email from the mayor's office, not the mayor, the mayor's office, 1 minute before the press release went out. And I thought it was the most disappointing moment for me. Unfortunately, expected, and truly a missed opportunity for the city of Winnipeg to become better. Okay,
now I'm going to pick up on that, because I have said many times, and you know this, I think it's time for change at City Hall. And I don't know Michael Jack either. And he may be a great guy, and he might be doing a fantastic job, and he may be a great CAO. But it just seems to me that after over 2 years of looking to go inside, to hire internally, and I really feel like change is necessary. I just as a taxpayer, just my opinion, I'm not so sure it's the right move either.
Well, I think as a taxpayer, in your opinion, is bang on. And let's think about what's happened. First of all, a 2-year search. Also, tens of thousands of dollars on consultants and search experts to bring into the city to find somebody. And if you really go back and you look at the city and saying, well, is it time for change like you're saying you think? And I think that same way. Sure it is. Let's look at what's happened just in the last few years. The $1 million residents had to pay because of the police pension debacle. The impact fee defeat in court cost us millions and millions of dollars. They missed the filing deadline for a $50 million lawsuit at the Deacon Water Treatment Plant. The hiring of that same company we failed to sue on more than one occasion. And then think about the ongoing police headquarters saga, Hal. We still don't have any idea what happened there, and we still don't know how many change requests were approved and by whom. That had to happen at the city. And did you know the City of Winnipeg has actually hired the same company that is accused by the City of Winnipeg for the HQ overruns? They've hired them over the last few years. And these are examples of the status quo. That's what I have a problem with. This was a perfect opportunity to bring in a new approach, new ideas, creative solutions, and a leader that has no relationships with anyone within the public service. And any manager, anybody with management experience would have known this is the perfect time to introduce change.
Here's another thought I had, Kevin. Over 2 years of looking, maybe nobody outside the city of Winnipeg wanted the gig.
Well, that's a good thought. Several months ago, you may recall, I moved a motion to delay this. And I said, because nobody's going to want to be a CAO from outside because they know there's an election coming up. Look, our mayor's leaving, and he's made that decision, and I respect that. But this I really see as an attempt to lock the city into his vision of maintaining the status quo. That's why we're getting our Winnipeg, the infill guidelines, a traffic plan, a transit plan, all in the last 4 or 5 months. This is all being done. I don't think that should be happening.
Kevin, got to let you go. I'm out of time. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Kevin Klein, City Councillor for Charleswood, Tuxedo, and Westwood. I'd love to hear what you think about this. And again, as Kevin said, and I agree, it's not necessarily about Michael Jack, but we've spent over 2 years looking for a new CAO, and I guess, Mayor Bowman, basically has the votes on council, so it looks like Michael Jack will be the new CAO. But was it an opportunity maybe to go with someone different from outside, an outside set of eyes looking at things? And I think Kevin makes a good point, too. The mayor's on his way out, and so maybe we should have held off on this yet again and for longer and over 2 years. And maybe nobody from outside wanted the gig. I don't know. I wish if Michael Jack ends up being the CAO, and it looks like he will be, I wish him the best. And again, I've seen other councillors say, good guy. And even Kevin said, pleasant dealings with him so far as the deputy. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I really believe that we need to start seeing some things happen differently at 510 Main Street down at City Hall.